If you are writing an extended essay for first assessment in May 2027 and you are still following advice based on the old guide, stop. The extended essay is still a major independent research project, but important parts of the framework have changed. The available pathways have changed. The assessment criteria have been redesigned. The meaning of reflection has changed. And the way interdisciplinary research is organized has changed. In this video, I will explain 7 changes that biology students must understand before choosing a topic, writing a research question, or collecting any data. Stay until the final checklist because choosing the wrong pathway or using the wrong assessment framework can weaken the entire essay before the real writing has even started. Make sure that this new framework applies to you. The new extended essay is first assessed in May 2027. The essay remains a formal academic paper with a maximum of 4,000 words. It is accompanied by a reflective statement of no more than 500 words. Students are expected to spend approximately 40 hours on the entire process. And there are still 3 mandatory reflection sessions with the supervisor, including the final viva voce. So the extended essay has not suddenly become shorter or easier. The important change is how students choose their research pathway, build the essay, and demonstrate achievement. Before you use any video website or old school presentation, ask one question. Was this advice written for 2027 assessment framework? Change number 1 is the introduction of 2 clearly defined pathways. The first is the subject-focused pathway. The second is the interdisciplinary pathway. A subject-focused extended essay investigates a question through one diploma program subject. For a biology student, this means that the research question methods, terminology, evidence, and argument must be grounded clearly in biology. The interdisciplinary pathway combines the approaches of 2 diploma program subjects. But this does not mean writing one biology section and one geography section and joining them together. The 2 subjects must be integrated so that they help answer one research question. Ask yourself now, can my question be answered properly through biology alone? Or does the question genuinely require the combined methods or perspectives of 2 subjects? If you cannot explain why you need 2 subjects, the interdisciplinary pathway may not be appropriate. Change number 2 concerns the old word studies extended essay. Word studies has been absorbed into a broader and more flexible interdisciplinary pathways. This means that interdisciplinary research is no longer limited to the old word studies structure. Students can combine 2 diploma program subjects when the combination provides insight that one subject alone cannot provide. For example, a question involving infectious disease biology and public policy might potentially use biology and global politics. A question involving ecology and economic decision-making might potentially combine biology and economics. But adding a second subject only to make the essay sound sophisticated is a mistake. The integration must be necessary. The essay must show how the 2 subjects work together throughout the investigation. Change number 3 is the redesigned assessment model. The new extended essay is assessed out of 30 marks across 5 criteria. Criterion A is framework for the essay worth 6 marks. Criterion B is knowledge and understanding worth 6 marks. Criterion C is analysis and line of argument worth 6 marks. Criterion D is discussion and evaluation worth 8 marks. Criterion E is reflection worth 4 marks. Notice which criterion carries the greatest number of marks. Discussion and evaluation is worth 8. This tells you something important. A strong extended essay cannot be only a collection of information, experimental results, or published studies. Students must discuss the significance of their findings and evaluate the effectiveness, strength, and limitations of the essay. Change number 4 is the stronger emphasis on building an effective framework before writing the main discussion. Criterion A now brings together 3 elements: the research question, the research methods, and the structure of the essay. Your research question must be relevant, clear, and focused enough for the scope of 4,000 words. Your research methods must be suitable for answering that question, and the structure must help communicate the investigation clearly. 3 elements cannot be separated. A research question determines what evidence is needed. The evidence determines the appropriate methods, and the methods influence the structure of the essay. Do not begin collecting data simply because you have found an interesting topic. First, confirm that the question, methods, and structure work together. Change number 5 is that the new criteria make the difference between description, analysis, argument, discussion, and evaluation much clearer. Description tells the reader what happened. Analysis examines what the evidence means. A line of argument connects the research question, the findings, and the conclusion. Discussion considers the significance of those findings. Evaluation examines the strength, limitations, and effectiveness of the essay. Students often spend hundreds of words explaining scientific background and then provide only a short discussion. That is the wrong balance. Every major section should help build an answer to the research question. Ask yourself after every paragraph, am I only giving information? Or, am I using this evidence to advance my argument? Change number 6 is the enhanced meaning of reflection. Reflection is no longer simply a diary of meetings and completed tasks. Criterion E asks students to evaluate how the extended essay experience affected them as learners. A strong reflection should include specific examples. What challenge did you face? What decision did you change? Why did you change it? What skill did you develop? How could that skill be transferred to another subject, university research, or a future project? For example, do not only write, I found it difficult to locate reliable sources. Explain how your method for evaluating sources changed, what you learned from that process, and how you would apply the skill again. The strongest reflection shows growth, not merely activity. Change number 7 is especially important for biology students. Under the new guide, biology extended essays are considered within the broader sciences guidance. Your research question should determine the scientific methods and the type of data required. A biology extended essay may use primary data, secondary data, or an appropriate combination. Primary data might come from your own controlled investigation. A secondary data essay is not automatically weaker. But the student must explain how sources or data were selected and why the method is appropriate. The evidence must support scientific analysis, not merely a literature summary. And remember, a result that does not support your original hypothesis is not a failed result. Negative or unexpected findings can still support a strong analysis and critical evaluation. Safety, ethics, and feasibility must also influence the research design from the beginning. Before starting your biology extended essay on the 2027 framework, complete this final check. Which pathway genuinely fits the question? Is the research question focused enough for 4,000 words? Are the methods appropriate and clearly explained? Will the evidence allow scientific analysis rather than description? Can you build a sustained line of argument from the question to the findings? Are the methods appropriate and clearly explained? Will the evidence allow scientific analysis rather than description? Can you build a sustained line of argument from the question to the findings and conclusion? Can you discuss the significance of your findings in a balanced way? Can you evaluate the strengths and limitations of the essay? And can your reflection show genuine growth and transfer of learning? The extended essay has not become a longer internal assessment. And the new extended essay is not simply the old extended essay with a new cover page. The framework has changed, the assessment language has changed, and the students must change their strategy. Which pathway are you considering? Subject-focused or interdisciplinary? Follow Dr. Reza, Bio Exam Coach, for more extended essay guidance, biology investigations, and complete exam answer strategies.